Maxine. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here and feeling the energy.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy today. so I don't know. Have we disclosed like what your role is?
I can tell you guys. I'm playing Yeren.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the bad guy, the bully of the series that we talked about.
Really,
right?
she is kind of a mentor figure for Lyndon, and she is one of the best written female characters I have ever come across, and definitely the best I have been lucky to play. She is fierce and sensitive and hilarious, and she's just rebuilt her life and is so strong. And it makes me feel so good to be able to voice her and to share her with the fans and the world, because I'm proud.
I think we're all excited. We all put a little bit of Kickstarter money into this.
Yes.
With your character, how much time would you say so far you think you've put in the booth, and how was the recording process for this so far?
Great question. The recording process went really smoothly. It was super fun. I think it was about 4 hours, but definitely have spent a lot more time than that perfecting the accent and, brushing up on the story and just getting to know her and feeling comfortable. I was saying to someone, the day of the recording and when I was auditioning and everything, I would talk to myself in her accent about random things like making my coffee and on the drive just to make sure I felt, because it's kind of a tough accent.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about the audition. When you first get the sides, how do you come up with the voice and the accents and all that stuff?
So I believe they gave a reference of Melisandre from Game of Thrones, amongst others.
Oh, cool.
And that really struck a chord with me, and I thought, okay, what's kind of a younger version of her? But there was something a little bit Nordic as well to her, and I grew up in the UK, partially, and I'm very lucky to have accents in my pocket, so I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of build one for her. It's part Russian, part Scottish, a little bit of a Nordic twang in there, and I played around with it before recording the audition, and then was like, hey, I hope this is good, and sent it in, and then I think it worked.
Yeah, I mean, when you come up with that in your head, are you kind of is this gonna work? I don't know, and then you send it. Do you get sort of apprehensive before you hit send?
To be honest with you, yes. I think when you really care about something, there's always that feeling of am I getting this right? Am I serving this well? I could see the scene so well in my head when I was recording the voiceover, the audition even, because it's written so well. I could so clearly see her. But yeah, what I brought to it, which was the accent, I was like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't know if this is what they're looking for, but I gave it my all. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Feels like everybody from the UK can flip the switch on the accent so well, and I can't go to another accent. I guess question I've been asking everybody is, what brought you into this? Obviously, good opportunity for the voice acting, but what brought you to this project? What got you to fill this role?
I think finding a character who we haven't really seen yet. I think there's been some incredible female roles on TV, especially live action the past few years, but I haven't seen a character like this in animation ever. She feels really different, and it feels like she's someone that the younger girls can look up to, but also she's a woman, and she's not afraid to be herself, and I just love that, and that really drew me to Yeren. So
Feel like you're naturally tapping more into yourself for this character, or you're
definitely a part of myself. I think she's a lot more badass than I am. As much as I, try to hit the gym, I don't know how amazing I would be in a battle, but I love her sense of humor, and I think I can connect with that with my own life.
When you go into the booth, and you said it took 4 hours and you got the whole script, how do you already know, you have stuff written on the sides and stuff like that? Do you already know what you're kind of going to do, or do you more rely on the director there pushing you towards more of a what they are looking to hear?
I think it's a combination of both. I rehearsed and I read the script through a few times and said everything out loud, leading up to the day that we recorded. But in the moment, we had two directors we were working with, Jay and then Wes, and they gave such great notes. And sometimes they would give notes in the moment, like I'm hearing myself in the headphones, also hearing them on the other side, and they'd be like, okay, try it this way. And then in the moment, we'd try a few different takes, or they'd give notes about, the emotional beats behind it. And that was so helpful. I love getting direction, and I love working with people who have such a clear vision. Jay is, he's awesome. And he can really see her and see the world. And to be on the same page with that is just a dream.
Also playing a role where you're a little bit more active, which means you got to
oh my
a
God.
lot of breath control, stuff like that.
So much breath control, so many fight scenes and jumping and running, and honestly, that's kind of my favorite part of voiceover sometimes.
I know
it's
people,
so freeing.
Right, people, try to say, voice acting stuff. I'm like, look, I've seen people pass out from not, like you said, working out and controlling and stuff like that. Like how often, like you said, you put that time in, you feel like that was like the hardest thing for you to overcome so far?
It's definitely unlike anything else I've done. It's so fun. Like I said, that's honestly my favorite part is just doing all they call them grunts sometimes, like the sword swings and the running and the jumping. Because it feels so good to be able to vocalize those. In real life, I think like sometimes we hold things in too much, and so to be in a space where you can kind of like yell and like make noises like that feels so freeing. And definitely helpful to focus on breathing. I like to run, and I have a singing background, so I'm very grateful. That's helped with breath control and not feeling like I'm gonna lose my mind.
Now I want to hear some songs.
Maybe the next one.
Like what kind of stuff do you sing? Like theater stuff?
I would say, theater. My background is in musical theater. My dream is to be able to do an animated thing someday where I get to sing.
Sure, there'll be a Frozen Part 3 coming out.
Oh my God, I'm ready. I'll be like an elf or something. Right. But yeah.
Are there any particular challenges you face while voicing your character?
The accent. As much as I practiced and as much as I went through every line in advance, there were still moments when recording where things would come out kind of strange. And I was like, oh wait, and it would be a little hard to hear what she was saying because, the accent would get a little muddied. So that was definitely a challenge. And I kept reminding myself to go slow. I can be a bit of a fast talker. And with an accent too, like you have to slow down a little bit to really get it out.
So what helped you kind of hone that in?
Being grounded, really in those moments, like just focusing on my feet on the floor and just like bringing myself more into the present moment, which is a little hard, because you're creating something from your imagination, and so you're in your brain, but then you're also doing something that's very tactile, where you're speaking in a different way that's not normal for you, and you're speaking dialogue. And Erin, in particular, she speaks in these amazing phrases that are really funny, like she has these catchphrases, and so finding the balance between like staying in the spirit of her, but also reminding myself, okay, I have to like be in my body and operate this machine, otherwise the words aren't going to come out, and it's not going to be as good.
Have you had the opportunity to work with the other voice actors, or has it all been solo?
It's all been solo. I did work with Will, the writer. He was there to giving some feedback and encouragement. It was amazing. But I haven't been able to meet any other cast members until today.
I know.
It's really fun.
And hopefully all you guys get your action figures and stuff soon.
Oh my God, yes. I want one of, there's this character, Little Blue, who's this little spirit, this little like blue. I really want a little stuffed animal with that. I'm hoping that they...
Try to talk to them now so we can start getting those Kickstarter figures out there.
How intimidating is it to work with the actual creator? I mean, you want to do a good job, but but then you don't want to look, oh God, I just screwed something up, or
Great question. it helps that he is so kind. Will is so nice and very real, and made me feel like, I was being seen as a peer. There was no attitude of like, you better get this right or anything. No, so calm, so kind, and that doesn't mean I still wasn't nervous, like going in, because you want to get it right. And with Cradle, there's already such a fan base. When I went to this role, I was doing all this research. There are already people who are cosplaying as this character, so I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. But it's also, added this extra layer of I wanted to do it justice. I wanted these people who really connect with her to feel like they're getting the character that they've envisioned. So, yeah. But it did make me feel better to have Will's support and him being behind me, being like, I believe in you, you got this. Like, that alleviated a lot.
I don't think anybody truly knows what the voice of that character is until they hear it. So I think once your character comes out, I think people are obviously going to gravitate to it. I mean, like I said, with you having so many different backgrounds, I feel like this is probably definitely going to be a breeze. But yeah, you said, so what is next in the world of Cradle that you can talk about that's not under NDA at the moment?
Well, we have the panel coming up today, and you guys can come, or you are coming.
Yeah.
We'll be showing some of the animation, which is really exciting. So I think next is they're finishing the project. I don't know when it's slated to be done, but hopefully by the end of this year. And yeah, all I know is that, trying to get it out there and get as many eyes on it as possible. And I hope that we all hope that it will expand the opportunities of the series.
We just say to those fans looking forward to seeing this series, and what do you hope they take from it?
I hope they feel seen. I think the amazing thing about Cradle is that it's one of the only, if not like the only book series in this genre that I can think of where the lead starts off as kind of an everyman, like he's told that he isn't special, but he is, and he really builds that life for himself. And I think that with the animation, the emotions and the themes of the story are even more on display because you see this world that they've built, and it makes everything feel even more heightened and even more real and beautiful. So I hope the fans, feel that connection because there's so much love that's been put into this already, and even more love.
Nice. Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys. This was so fun. Thank you all.